Close your eyes for a second. Right now, feel that quiet ache inside your chest, the one that shows up at 2 a.m. when the screen is off, the notifications are silent, and there's no one left to distract you. That hollow feeling, like something vital is missing, and no matter how much you chase, scroll, swipe, touch, or consume, it never quite fills up. You've been there, haven't you? We all have. That moment when desire hits like a freight train, your pulse quickens, your mind narrows to one thing. You tell yourself, just this once, this'll fix it, this time it'll be different. The rush comes, intense, electric, almost holy. For a few seconds, the void disappears. You feel alive, connected, whole. Then it's gone, and the emptiness rushes back twice as big. Shame creeps in, exhaustion, self-disgust. You promise yourself tomorrow will be different, but tomorrow night, the same cycle starts again. If this sounds painfully familiar, you're not broken, you're not weak, you're not some moral failure. You're a human being caught in one of the oldest traps in existence. Your lust isn't just lust. It's a desperate, frustrated search for God. And until you understand that, prison doors stay locked. Let me take you through this slowly, honestly, because I've been there too, and so have millions of others who feel exactly what you're feeling right now. The cycle isn't random. It's not bad luck. It's a pattern designed by biology, culture, trauma, and something deeper, something spiritual. It starts with the spike, a trigger, maybe a photo, a memory, loneliness, stress, boredom. Desire ignites. You pursue, frantic, single-minded. Gratification hits like lightning. Then the crash, harder, emptier, more desperate than before. Why does it keep happening? Because you're not really chasing pleasure. You're chasing relief from an ancient hunger. Carl Jung, the man who mapped the human soul more deeply than anyone before or since, saw this clearly. In a famous letter to Bill Wilson, the co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, Jung explained addiction with one Latin phrase that cuts straight to the bone: spiritus contra spiritum. Spiritus means spirit, but in Latin, it also means alcohol or any intoxicating substance, the same word for the highest religious ecstasy and the most degrading poison. Jung said your craving, whether for booze, drugs, porn, sex, validation, anything, is a low-level, distorted version of the soul's thirst for wholeness, for union with something greater, for God, if you want to call it that, or meaning, or your true center. Your lust is spirit against spirit, the false spirit of cheap highs warring against the true spirit that's starving inside you. You're a hungry ghost. In Buddhist teachings, the hungry ghost is one of the most tragic realms of existence. These beings have enormous bellies and tiny throats. They're tortured by insatiable hunger and thirst. They see food and drink everywhere, but when they reach for it, it turns to pus, fire, or ash in their mouths. They can never be satisfied. Why? Because in past lives, they were greedy, withholding, disconnected from real giving and receiving. Modern psychology and addiction experts like Gabor Mate call this the perfect metaphor for our age. We're all a little bit hungry ghost. Huge appetites, tiny capacity to truly receive nourishment. We chase endless distractions, screens, hookups, fantasies, one-night stands, porn marathons, because the real hunger is for connection, for being seen, for meaning. But the things we feed it with can't be digested. They just make the belly bigger and the throat tighter. And society is built to keep you in this realm. Aldous Huxley saw it coming in Brave New World. He warned that the future wouldn't be controlled by pain and fear, like in Orwell's nightmares. No, The real dystopia would control us through pleasure, through endless distractions, through making us love our servitude. People will adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think, Huxley wrote. They will lay their freedom at our feet and say, "Make us your slaves, but feed us." Look around. Algorithms that know you better than you know yourself. Infinite scrolls. Porn in your pocket 24/7. Dating apps that turned humans into products. Cheap dopamine engineered to keep you hooked. We're voluntary slaves now, controlled not by whips, but by highs. And the anesthesia works until it doesn't. Because underneath the chase is usually a silent scream from an inner child who was never truly heard, maybe neglected, maybe shamed, maybe abandoned in some way, big or small. That little one inside is still crying out for safety, love, presence. And when we don't listen, we numb the scream with desire, with lust, with anything that promises to make the pain stop for a moment. But the more we numb, the more desensitized we become. The highs have to get higher, the crashes deeper. We lose touch with the slow, quiet rhythms that actually feed the soul. Real conversation, creative flow, nature, purpose, stillness. Your soul doesn't want another hit of pleasure. It wants meaning. It wants a center. What you repress doesn't disappear. Jung called it the repressed parts, the shadow, the wild, raw, vital energy you exiled because it didn't fit the good version of you. The lust, the anger, the neediness, the power. You tried to be only light, only controlled, only acceptable. But the shadow grows stronger in the dark. It takes over from the unconscious. It starts running your life while you call it fate or just how I am. It haunts you through your senses. It turns your greatest creative force into a tormentor. True freedom isn't repression. It's not willpower battles. It's courage. Metaphysical courage. The courage to stop fleeing, to stop grabbing the next distraction, to turn around and look the void straight in the eye, to feel the void without running. That's where the transformation begins. Your hunger is spiritual disorientation, a cry for the center you've lost. Only when you integrate the shadow, welcome back the exiled parts, give them a seat at the table instead of letting them sabotage from the basement, can you stop being a puppet to impulses. You reclaim internal authority. You become the author of your story. Think of your intense desire as high-voltage electricity, pure power, life force, creative potential, sacred in its raw form. If your life has no internal structure, no purpose, no discipline, no boundaries, no meaning, that electricity just shorts out. Sparks fly, explosion of lust, then darkness, burned soul, blackout. But you don't fix it by unplugging the power, by repressing. That just builds pressure until it explodes worse. You build the machinery of meaning. Dikes along the river, channels, turbines, purpose that turns the same raw current into light, into creation, into service, into deep, slow-burning intimacy instead of frantic flashes. Real stories prove it works. People who hit bottom, lost relationships, careers, self-respect, and instead of running harder, they stopped. They sat in the void. They journaled the impulses without judgment. They asked, "What are you really asking for?" They integrated, turned lust into art, passion, deep connection, built routines, served others, found something bigger than the next high. The crashes faded. Pleasure became a choice, not a compulsion. You can do the same. Start small. Sit in silence for 5 minutes a day. Feel the hunger without feeding it. Ask, what am I actually craving? List your dark parts, lust, shame, neediness. Then ask, what noble gift is hidden here? Lust becomes creative fire. Neediness becomes empathy. Redirect the energy. When the spike hits, move. Write, run, create, build. Reclaim authority. Stop outsourcing your worth to external hits. Starve the ghosts by connecting. Real people, real vulnerability, real purpose. This isn't about becoming perfect or asexual or good. It's about becoming whole. Because the alternative? Staying in the prison, loving the bars because they feel familiar. Quiet desperation, a life half lived. But you feel it, don't you? That pull towards something more. That whisper that says you're meant for light, not endless ash. Stop feeding ghosts. Look at the emptiness. Integrate what you've exiled. Build the machinery. Let the same electricity that once burned you now illuminate everything. You're not broken. You're waking up, and the door is already open. If this hit you deep, stay with it. Reflect. Act on one small thing today. Your soul has been waiting a long time.